It was very disturbing, even though I don't eat a lot, drink a lot of protein shakes. You know, I do have some protein powder.
Low Carb Queen is here to say, do weight loss in your own way. Just watch the carbs that intake. Throw that processed food away. Yeah, yeah. Get low, get low, get low, get low, on the carbs, on the.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel with your Low Carb Queen here, and today I am talking about protein shakes and powders and protein bars. This is an excerpt from my live that I wanted to make sure that people had the opportunity to really hear it and use the information to do what they want to do with it. So let's get into the video.
But I appreciate y'all so much for being here. So I wanted to talk about protein shakes and protein bars tonight. You know, I'm one of those information highway people. I don't know how I came across this article. There are two articles that I came across recently. I'm going to talk about one today, but it's a video, and I was like, what? It was real interesting. So I said, let me share it with you guys, see what you say, see how you feel about it, and go from there. It was very disturbing, even though I don't eat a lot, drink a lot of protein shakes. You know, I do have some protein powder. If you go to Consumer Report, if you go to, if you watch this video, it'll tell you exactly which ones. I don't want to say which ones because I'm not sure, and which protein shakes and which protein bars. The good news is, because I eat a lot of Quest protein bars, I'm going back up off of them. But the good news is they're one of the good ones. Quest protein bars, they don't have as much as some others. Like, that really makes you feel good, right? They don't have as much lead as others, but still. But the plant-based powders show higher contamination than the dairy-based ones, okay?
Widely sold protein powders and pre-made protein shakes contain high levels of lead. After testing 23 brands of protein powders and ready-to-drink shakes, Consumer Reports found that about 70% of the products it tested contained more lead in a single serving than its experts recommend people ingest in a single day.
So let's take a look at the findings. 23 protein powders and shakes were tested, and over 2/3 contained lead above the concern level. Plant-based powders showed higher contamination than plant-based powders showed higher contamination than the dairy-based ones. Yeah, if you go to Consumer Report and do lead and protein shakes, it should come up. And it'll give you every single one that they tested. I think they tested like 23 different types, and it'll let you know the amounts of the amount of lead, okay, the levels of lead in them and stuff like that. Okay, so here are some of the brands that were allegedly found to have high doses of lead. And so you can look at this and see, if you use any of these. And also, like I said, please check with the Consumer Reports that are out there. Don't take all of my information as, solid information, because I'm passing this on from, as you can see, the video that I saw. So here are a couple of reasons why the plant-based powders might have more lead. Allegedly, peas, rice, and soy naturally absorb more heavy metals from the soil, and contamination can also occur during farming, processing, and packaging. Powder doesn't absorb in your body as well as the dairy. Yeah, well, that's a good one. The dimetized is a good one. That did not have any lead detected, so that's good. So again, I typed in Clean Label Project. That's the people that tested protein bars. So you can go to them.
Okay, so when it came to the protein bars, 22% exceeded the lead limits, according to this Proposition 65 from the Clean Label Project that tested the bars. They tested 165 bars, okay? Chocolate and nut-based bars tend to have a higher risk for some reason.
Lawsuits over lead and PFAS contamination. Anybody use no cal protein bars? No cal protein bars. I've never heard of them. Chocolate and nut based bars tend to have higher risk. Oh my God. Chocolate and nut based bars tend to have higher risk. My question was, because I'm having this conversation. I still haven't given Chat a name, but I'm having this conversation with Chat. And my question was, well, who regulates? Who regulates protein shakes, protein bars, that whole scenario?
So protein powders and shakes and bars, those are considered supplements. And so supplements are not pre-approved by the FDA or regulated by the FDA. The best thing to do per Thor is to look for third-party seals. I guess private companies or organizations that will inform you about how accurate and how safe and how pure these supplemental products are.
So, for example, when you think about it, like our crackers, our saltines, Ritz crackers, potato chips, all of that, they're FDA regulated for labeling and ingredients. Okay, they are FDA regulated. Protein bars and protein powders are not for pre-approval. Okay, so the companies that make them must operate with integrity. And apparently something is going on because there are super high levels of lead. So just be mindful of that. And I just feel like that's so important because so many people rely on protein shakes and protein bars in order to, get that supplemental protein, in order to replace a meal, all of the above. So many people rely on that.
All right, guys, here's some links to where I got the information from if you're interested. I will put them in the description, hopefully. Hope I don't forget. But anyway, I just wanted to, again, let you know about the protein shakes and the protein bars and protein powders. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was informative to the extent that you go and research the information on yourself or check with your local dietitian. Low carb journey, low carb life with your low carb queen. And remember, every day is a new beginning. Bye-bye.